across midfield.
If post pattern is often equated as a change-up route, how about when you throw it to your big guy down the center of the field? Covered or not, you have great confidence he's going to come down with the football. And when he does, as we just saw, long gains often result.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think
a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or lights out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lee. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17.
Hey. 372. Mike 54. Mike 54.
On first down, Bortles. Dancing to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
372. Move. Lucy.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. John Simon in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
372.
Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the...
Hey, 54, Ricky.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Now back to throw. Rolling to his right. On the crossing route, complete. It's Gordon. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
No. Check. Patriot.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And they will score. That's a Jacksonville touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. He's going to air it out for Dorsett, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Let's go.
Alongside the former defensive back, Charles Davis.
Hey, we got 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages salvages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Bortles going to try and throw on third down. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Jaguars. Corey Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. Able to spin free. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Miles Jack in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Flushed out right. Open man right side is Shark. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Got three down. All good. Hey, 54, Ricky.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returnable for Dorsett. And oh, he spins past him and into space. Philip Dorsett by himself. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett, 94 yards. And the Patriots get a score closer. Now the try here for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass of the game for Blake Bortles. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Returnable for Dorsett. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Right back to him on first down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw now on first down. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Gun! 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 Hot!
He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. A try here for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And that will cut the lead down to 15. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Point after try forthcoming. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Lucy.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering when it's going to go good.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dante Hightower in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Move. 11.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. Flush to his right. It's complete to Grant. Give him 30 yards there.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3-and-out. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
76. Lucy.
Bortles gives to Yeldon on the draw. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Lucy. Hank.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. those types of plays that can knock a deep.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Deron Harmon. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw now on the final play. Over the middle, Dorsett. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Returnable for Dorsett. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Dewan Smoot coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett, 92 yards. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. And finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production,
if they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Completes it to Lee. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Throwing is Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Devin McCourty brings him down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Returnable for Dorsett. And just shutting him off there.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
So the Patriots coming out now. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcel Darius in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
No.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Lucky 56. Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And a hell of a run. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And this is back down to a 7-point game. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Bortles to throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better.
72.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Bortles going to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Lawrence Guy in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Back now in Foxborough. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Crosby puts it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Room to run past midfield. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gordon. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run, and they're still accurate throwing the football.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A gain of 32 that time. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Hey. You got three. Three down. 34. Eyes on 34. Leopard.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Bortles now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
372. Lucy.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Miles Jack in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got it to James White. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another 1st down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Miles Jack in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
New England on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
Gone!
He'll look to throw. Now he'll escape to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Detroit!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Detroit!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there.